Okay, hey guys, welcome back. I didn't want to be super depressing all week. I guess maybe today will be the last day I'll talk about, like, being depressed. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about Star Wars or something. What did I want to say about the therapist? Oh, it did feel nice. I did kind of disagree with him, which felt good. Because I'm just a super agreeable person. Like, to an insane degree. Like, I'll never disagree with anybody. To a bad degree. An unhealthy degree. The last coin is, like, down there somewhere. There it is. Don't screw this up. I can't tell where I am. Okay. I disagree with him a little bit about what I talked about yesterday, just like the asking my parents to help me with money. There was a point where I could have just been like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And I was like, we were making the plan like, okay, you do this first, and then if that doesn't work, then ask your parents for money. And he said that a couple times, and the second time he said it, he's like, okay, we have a plan. And I was like, I still don't know if I want to do that. Which felt good. Like, good job. But yeah, then he was like, well, okay, blah, 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 and then I just agreed with him again, but it was progress. Where's this star? It was on a ledge somewhere. I could hear it. Is it up here? Oops, nope. So the other, I talked about like a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, my tooth hurt this week. I had a cavity and I had it filled and it was still hurting. That never happened before. I get a ton of cavities. I have the worst teeth ever. But it was hurting. How do I get up there? Maybe over here. And I guess like I have to go back. I've never done that before. Like, what do I do? Do I call them and be like, you filled my cavity and you didn't do it right, so you have to do it again? How does that work? I don't know. Yeah, it hurts. Having the chocolate doesn't help, but okay, we're doing good. What do I have, like 15 stars? So that was another thing. Mario Pity Party. Welcome to Mario Pity Party. And the other stuff is just social media. I really hate that word. Social. It's hard to say. That soft C. It's always been trouble for me. I forget what I have to do here. Oop. It's kind of cliche at this point, I guess, to talk about like going on social media and getting this feeling that you're not as good as other people, and it's just like amplified because there's so many people and there's so many smart people and so many good-looking people, so many funny people, and you can't help but compare yourself. And I think that's where a lot of the social media anxiety comes from, and people have talked about that a ton. But the interesting thing to me is this is pretty much the first time I've ever been on social media at all. So maybe it would be interesting to hear a perspective like somebody who's new to it and has never really felt this before. I've definitely heard about it, and I was kind of expecting it, I guess. And I did have a Facebook, I'm not gonna lie, for maybe it was like 6 months. I remember when I graduated high school, I created a Facebook because I was like, well, I might as well make a Facebook now and just friend everybody in high schools, because it would be weird if I created a Facebook later and friended people then they, so that was my logic. I guess it made sense, but I think people don't really ever go on Facebook anymore, so. But after like 6 months, I deleted it, and I think it was just this reason of like seeing everybody doing fun things all the time. Every day you go on and somebody's like, I met this person, or I went to this Hawaii and I'm on the beach, and it's like, you feel bad, even though it's like, I don't really want to do those things, but I still feel like a schmuck just staring at my computer all day. And so I deleted it after a couple months, 6 months probably. I never really used it, like, because I didn't really have any friends, so like, what am I going to comment on people who I don't know? Like, I'm not going to do that. I never really took any pictures, so what am I going to post? Status update, I went to school and played video games again today. I never had a Twitter or an Instagram. I do go on Reddit, but I never really comment on anything. And it's all anonymous anyway, so it's different. Same thing with YouTube. I just watch videos, but I never comment. So it's never like, I feel like if you never put yourself out there, you never feel like you have to compare. It's just entertainment. Like, I like watching TV, so watching YouTube is like the same thing. You don't really, you do a little bit, but you don't compare yourself that much. And Reddit's kind of the same thing. Like, I just go on like the Mets subreddit and listen to people talk about the Mets and make funny jokes about like the team being terrible or whatever, and I like that. But this is the first real time I've ever put myself on a social media, like me, even though it is like this. I mean, I don't really, nobody who I know in real life knows I'm doing this, so it's a little bit different, and maybe that's why it's not as bad as it could be. I think he's got it handled. I'll just leave him be. This is the first time I've kind of put myself out on a social media thing, like my face, my videos, me, my honest self as much as I can be. My stupid jokes. What do I have to do? The sandbird. This is a fun one. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that thing that people always talk about. Like comparing myself to other people. And like just constantly evaluating myself. Which I already did anyway before, but now it's like, stop doing that, please. It's like, I don't know how to say it. It's like just constantly thinking like, am I a good person? Do people think I'm stupid? Like, why am I making these dumb jokes? I mentioned it before, like, just the idea of adding your voice to, like, all these voices. Like, why are you doing this? There are so many more people who are smarter and funnier and better than you, so what do you think you're adding to anything? Where's the sandbird? It's one of these things. It's like a door. I'm not sure why it really hit me hard this week. I was starting to feel super self-conscious about, like, just following random people, because that's what I do. It started to feel, like, aggressive. Like, if I follow you, you have to follow me back. I'm not sure if... So I kind of stopped doing that this week. And then people weren't following me back, so then it's like, well, people don't like me as much as they used to because I'm not getting as many followers. Stupid Twitter. So stupid. Sorry, I forget where the sandbird is. I found it before. So I don't know if I have enough time to talk about the next thing. I guess I didn't have too many notes about it. Oh, is it up here? There's like a thing you can jump into? Ah, shoot. Somebody got mad at me for the first time on Twitter. That's something that you also hear a lot about, is like just Twitter, like people constantly arguing with each other, and that didn't really happen. I think I handled it well. And I don't want to bring this up to be like, I mean, nobody's watching anyway, but like, anybody's watching to be like, oh, you're right, and I'm on your side, and that other person's stupid. I feel like that other person is right for being mad at me. Yeah, you can jump in that top thing. Oh, no. Okay, jump, and there we go. She got mad at a specific tweet that I did, and it was one that I think I actually mentioned it here before, about like how I think people might get mad at it. I don't want to repeat it, because I don't know, I was feeling bad about it all week. It was a joke. It was meant to be a joke, and I just was feeling stupid. It's the worst. I never felt this way before, but it's like, when you tell a joke, obviously the point is to make people happy and to have fun. And so when the opposite happens, it's really, you feel awful. Oh, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen a couple times. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to feel as bad as it did, because I kind of knew it would happen eventually. It's hard not to get a feeling when that happens, like, well, if I'm hurting people with my jokes, like, what's the point? Like, should I just stop? It's hard not to feel that way, and it's like, well, it's that weird thing of like, well, if I hurt one person, is it worth making 100 people laugh at my dumb jokes? No, I don't think so, right? This one's tough. Oh, nope, she's shaking it. And then I think he starts turning. Oh, yep, he starts turning. Let's get this. I don't think he'll come back around. Oh yeah, I have a ton of notes, so maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow a little bit. I was starting to feel weirdly like confident posting jokes because I was doing it for 2 months. People weren't really commenting back; they were just liking it. So I was getting like 5 likes or 10 likes on a thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm so funny. Let's do the tail first. I'll give it one more try and then I'll stop. Is he turning? I don't want to be like an edgy guy. I don't want to be like, that joke was too edgy for me and it's so dumb. There we go. Okay. That's a good spot to end it. Maybe I'll try to just do it in the break, because that one's kind of hard. I don't really want to talk about it too much more because it's kind of depressing. But I don't really know if I have too many upbeat notes this week. It's going to be a downer week, unfortunately. I tried to talk about Star Wars in the first episode. To be like, I like Star Wars and it's fun, and I was talking about the prequels and how I don't like them. Didn't go well. I'm excited to see the new Star Wars movie. I'm going to see it with my brother in California on the 20th at 7 a.m. That's going to be fun. Yeah. I'm excited. I keep going back and forth like, well, I don't think it's going to be good. But now I'm back around like, I'm excited. It's hard not to be excited. It's like, it's Star Wars. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure this is the last numbered one they're going to do maybe ever. I don't know. They could start a new trilogy 10 years from now, but would they name it Episode 10? Because they're calling this the Skywalker saga, and it's like the end of the saga. So what are they gonna do? They've introduced, I don't know. I'll talk about it later. Yeah. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.